Stoicism is a philosophy that offers profound insights into the art of resilience and equanimity. Today, we delve into 7 Stoic principles to master the art of not caring and letting go, a guide that unveils the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers and how their teachings can be applied in our modern lives. How can we attain tranquility in a world filled with noise? What did Marcus Aurelius mean when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength"? Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from within, not from our external circumstances. By embracing these 7 principles, we embark on a journey towards personal liberation, learning to differentiate between what is within our control and what is beyond it, and in the process, discovering the profound peace that comes with letting go. Join us as we uncover these transformative insights designed to foster a life of contentment, resilience, and profound inner strength. Principle number 1. Stoics embrace the present. In Stoic philosophy, the practice of living in the moment stands out as a fundamental thread, weaving together a life of contentment and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, encapsulates this sentiment with his profound advice: confine yourself to the present. This isn't merely a call to ignore the past or future, but an invitation to immerse ourselves fully in the here and now, engaging with our current experiences without the weight of yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. Why is this focus on the present so crucial, and how does it empower us to master the art of not caring and letting go? Consider this. When our minds are preoccupied with past events, we're often tangled in a web of remorse or nostalgia, preventing us from appreciating the beauty and opportunities that lie right before us. Similarly, excessive worry about the future can cloud our judgment and hinder our ability to make wise decisions in the present, leading to a cycle of stress and anxiety. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, Stoics cultivate a sense of clarity and tranquility. This doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent to our goals or memories. Instead, it's about channeling our energy and attention into what's actionable and real at this very moment. How can we apply this in daily life? It might be as simple as savoring your morning coffee, truly listening to a friend without distractions, or focusing wholeheartedly on a task at work. Embracing the present also means letting go of the desire to control the uncontrollable. Stoics recognize that while we can influence our future through our present actions, the outcome is never entirely in our hands. This realization fosters a liberating sense of release from the grip of anxiety over future uncertainties. Now, ask yourself, what are the things that pull you away from the present? How might your life change if you dedicate yourself to truly living in each moment? By practicing this Stoic principle, you're not just enhancing your ability to let go and reduce unnecessary cares. You're also enriching your life, making each moment count with deeper awareness and appreciation. As we journey through the complexities of life, let's carry with us the wisdom of the Stoics, focusing on the present, embracing each moment with open arms, and finding in this practice a path to greater peace, understanding, and fulfillment. Principle number 2. Stoics control what's within. Stoicism, a philosophy steeped in the art of discernment, teaches us the invaluable lesson of differentiating between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. This discernment is at the heart of Stoic wisdom, as Epictetus, one of the most esteemed Stoic philosophers, succinctly puts it, "Some things are in our control and others not." This profound statement invites us to channel our energy and focus toward our internal responses, attitudes, and decisions, rather than external events that we cannot influence. But how do we apply this principle in our daily lives, and how does it assist us in mastering the art of not caring and letting go? Imagine you're caught in a sudden rainstorm. You can't control the weather, but you can control your reaction to it. You can either lament the inconvenience, allowing it to sour your mood, or you can accept it with equanimity, perhaps even finding joy in the unexpected change of plans. This Stoic approach encourages us to cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace and resilience, unaffected by the external whirlwind of life's unpredictability. It's about acknowledging that while we can't dictate the actions of others or the outcome of every situation, we have the autonomy to choose our perspective and response. Consider the serenity that comes from accepting things we cannot change and focusing our efforts on what we can influence. This could be as simple as choosing to respond to a challenging situation with patience rather than frustration, or deciding to focus on positive aspects when faced with negativity. By internalizing this Stoic principle, we gain a sense of empowerment and clarity. We learn that our tranquility is not contingent on the capriciousness of external factors, but is rooted in our internal stance. This understanding frees us from the shackles of unnecessary worries and attachments, guiding us toward a life marked by emotional freedom and profound clarity. As we navigate the complexities of existence, let's remind ourselves to ask, is this within my control? Such a question not only steers us toward more fruitful endeavors, but also fosters a resilient mindset, equipped to face life's vicissitudes with grace and equanimity. Embrace this Stoic wisdom and watch as it transforms your approach to life, paving the way for a journey characterized by inner strength, tranquility, and purposeful living. Principle number 3. Stoics detach from external validation. Stoicism, with its rich legacy of wisdom, teaches us to anchor our sense of worth in our virtues and character, rather than in the unpredictable tides of external approval. Seneca, a venerated Stoic philosopher, encapsulates this sentiment by stating, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This insight nudges us to reflect, how often do our anxieties stem from a craving for external validation, and how does this pursuit impact our peace of mind? The Stoic principle of detaching from the need for external validation is not a call to indifference, but an invitation to self-reliance and authenticity. It's about recognizing that the applause or criticism of others is transient and subjective, while our internal compass, guided by wisdom and virtue, offers a more stable and reliable foundation for our self-esteem. But how can we cultivate this Stoic detachment in our everyday lives? Imagine you're working on a project that you're passionate about. Instead of constantly seeking others' approval or feedback, you focus on the intrinsic value of your work and your personal satisfaction with your efforts. This shift in focus doesn't diminish the importance of collaboration or feedback, but emphasizes the primary importance of your own standards and values in evaluating your success. This Stoic approach to self-validation fosters resilience. When we ground our worth in our internal virtues and achievements, we're less likely to be swayed by the fluctuating opinions of others. We can face criticism with equanimity and embrace praise without attachment, knowing that our true value lies within. So, as you navigate life's challenges and opportunities, ask yourself, am I seeking validation from external sources, or am I finding contentment in my own values and actions? By embracing this Stoic principle, you empower yourself to live with a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction, anchoring your self-worth in the enduring qualities of your character and choices, and paving the way for a life of genuine fulfillment and self-actualization. Principle number 4. Stoics accept change. Marcus Aurelius, a sage in this philosophical tradition, wisely stated, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." This profound insight invites us to consider our relationship with change. Do we resist and fear it, or do we accept and engage with it as an essential element of our existence? Stoicism teaches that change is not just inevitable, but fundamental to the fabric of the universe. Everything around us, from the seasons to our own thoughts and feelings, is in a constant state of flux. However, recognizing this fact is not enough. Stoicism encourages us to actively integrate this understanding into our lives. Instead of clinging to past certainties or fearing future unknowns, we can choose to ride the waves of change with composure and resilience. But how does one cultivate this Stoic acceptance? Consider, for instance, a tree that bends in the wind. It doesn't resist the force but moves with it, demonstrating strength in its flexibility. Similarly, when we face changes in our lives, whether they're unexpected circumstances, new opportunities, or personal growth, we can strive to be like the tree, adapting and bending, but not breaking. This Stoic principle of accepting change also encourages us to focus on what remains within our control, our actions and responses. While we might not have the power to stop the tides of change, we can control how we react to them. Do we greet change with fear and anxiety, or do we see it as an opportunity to learn, evolve, and perhaps even to let go of what no longer serves us? By adopting this Stoic approach, we not only become more adept at navigating life's vicissitudes, but also find a deeper sense of peace and contentment. We learn to appreciate the present moment, knowing it is all we truly have, and to embrace the future with a sense of curiosity and openness rather than dread. How can I embrace this with grace and wisdom? How can my thoughts and actions align with the natural flow of existence? Through such reflections, and by embodying the Stoic acceptance of change, you step into a more empowered and serene engagement with the world, one that honors the ever-changing nature of life itself. Principle number 5. Stoics recognize life's natural cycles. In the Stoic view, life's inherent cyclical nature is not merely an observation, but a profound acknowledgement of the world's order and rhythm. Stoicism, with its deep roots in understanding and working with nature's laws, teaches us to see the cycles in everything around us and within us. This perception provides a grounding perspective, reminding us that change is not just inevitable, but also predictable in its way. Just as the seasons unfailingly transition from spring to summer, to autumn, to winter, our lives too follow patterns of birth, growth, decay, and renewal. This Stoic principle encourages us to step back and observe the broader patterns at play, offering us a lens through which to view our experiences. When we recognize that life's events, be they joyful or sorrowful, times of abundance or loss, are part of this grand natural cycle, we can approach them with a more balanced and equanimous mindset. This isn't about diminishing our experiences or emotions, but about contextualizing them, understanding that our current phase, whatever it may be, is transient and will evolve into something new in time. But how can we practically apply this understanding of life's natural cycles to our daily living? Consider the way we might approach a personal setback or a period of difficulty. Instead of seeing it as a permanent state or an insurmountable obstacle, we can remind ourselves that this too is a phase in a larger cycle, one that will inevitably give way to a period of growth or renewal. Similarly, in moments of success or happiness, we can savor them fully, knowing they're part of life's ebb and flow, without clinging too tightly or fearing their loss. By embracing this Stoic recognition of life's cycles, we equip ourselves to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of peace and steadiness. We learn to let go of our resistance to change and our anxiety about the future, understanding that just as winter gives way to spring, our challenges will eventually give way to new beginnings. How can I see the cyclical nature of my current situation? How might this perspective help me to let go of unnecessary worry and embrace the natural flow of life? By internalizing this Stoic wisdom, you're not only deepening your understanding of the world, but also cultivating a more resilient and serene approach to the inevitable changes and cycles of your own existence. Principle number 6. Stoics cultivate inner riches. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic thinker, profoundly stated, "Wealth consists not in having great treasures, but in having few wants." This principle underscores the idea that true richness emanates from within, rooted in our values, choices, and the cultivation of our character. But what does it mean to cultivate inner riches? And how can this Stoic principle guide us to master the art of not caring and letting go? It begins with the understanding that external possessions and accolades are transient and often beyond our control. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to invest in ourselves, developing qualities like wisdom, which enables us to navigate life with discernment, courage, which empowers us to face life's challenges with resilience, and justice, which guides us to live with integrity and fairness. A scenario where societal standards or peer pressure no longer sway your sense of worth, because you've nurtured an internal reservoir of self-esteem and contentment. This doesn't imply a detachment from the world or a lack of ambition, but signifies a profound realization that our ultimate control lies in our responses and our virtues. By focusing on inner riches, Stoics find a source of joy and satisfaction that is not dependent on external validation or material success. This inner wealth is a fortress, safeguarding one's peace of mind against the unpredictable tides of fortune and societal opinions. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in your values, and finding contentment in your personal growth and ethical living. So, how can you start building your inner treasure? It might begin with simple practices like reflecting on your day, acknowledging your strengths, learning from your mistakes, and setting intentions that align with your core values. Over time, these practices deepen, transforming not just your mindset, but your approach to life. In embracing this Stoic principle, you're invited to ask yourself, what virtues do I want to cultivate? How can my internal growth enrich my life and the lives of others? By answering these questions and committing to your inner development, you embark on a journey of true enrichment, one that leads to a life of autonomy, purpose, and serene contentment, regardless of external circumstances. Principle number 7. Stoics seek growth in adversity. Seneca, a Stoic luminary, eloquently stated, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body," encapsulating the Stoic ethos that challenges are instrumental in forging strength and resilience. This perspective invites us to view adversity not as an impediment, but as a catalyst for growth and self-improvement. But how does one adopt this Stoic stance toward adversity? It begins with a shift in perception, a conscious decision to see challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities to enhance our virtues and capabilities. When faced with a difficult situation, a Stoic seeks to understand what the experience can teach, how it can contribute to their personal growth, and which virtues it can help cultivate. Imagine, for instance, facing a professional setback. Instead of succumbing to discouragement, a Stoic would ask, "What can this situation teach me about perseverance, creativity, or adaptability?" How can I use this experience to become more resilient and resourceful? This proactive approach transforms the experience from a source of stress into a stepping stone for personal development. Moreover, Stoics believe that growth in adversity is not just about enduring, but about actively engaging with the challenge, extracting wisdom, and applying it to future endeavors. This process of continual learning and adaptation contributes to a profound sense of empowerment, reinforcing the belief in one's ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. When confronted with adversity, consider what virtues you can develop or strengthen through the experience. How can the challenge refine your character and enhance your understanding? By seeking growth in adversity, you align yourself with the Stoic path of turning obstacles into opportunities, fostering not just endurance, but a deep and enduring sense of progress and fulfillment on your journey toward self-mastery. In embracing this Stoic principle, you empower yourself to navigate life's inevitable challenges with dignity and wisdom, transforming every trial into a lesson, every hardship into a source of strength, and every moment of adversity into an opportunity for growth and self-realization. In our journey through the 7 Stoic principles to master the art of not caring and letting go, we've embraced the wisdom of ancient Stoic philosophers, learning to cultivate inner peace and resilience in the face of life's inevitable fluctuations. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. These principles guide us to recognize what truly matters, teaching us to release our grip on the brief and embrace what endures within us, our values, virtues, and capacity for reason. Now, as we conclude, I invite you to carry these principles into your daily life, not as mere concepts, but as living practices. Let them be your compass in navigating the complexities of existence, helping you to discern what deserves your care and what can be let go. By applying these Stoic insights, you embark on a path toward a more peaceful, content, and meaningful life, one where tranquility and happiness are not just aspirations, but lived realities. Embrace this Stoic wisdom and watch as it transforms your perspective, choices, and life.